Welcome to part 34 of the GTO Trainer. First hand here, under the gun +1 opens. We're in the big blind with 10-5 suited. It's going to be a standard fold. Pretty much anything higher than like a more of a suited gapper would be an easy defend. As you can see here, we are going to be defending very, very wide. But 10-5 just a little bit too far out of that range. But as you can see, 10-8's in there, 10-7's in there, a little bit of frequency. So yeah, it just has to be at least, it doesn't have to be like a brother or a sister, but it does have to be at least a first cousin, not really second or third cousin type of stuff. Next hand, button opens, so very, very wide open. We're in the small blind with 9-6 suited. This is going to be a standard snap fold. A little bit too wide, even up against a really wide opening range from the button. We still have the big blind behind, of course, that we do have to be considering. So we are more incentivized to be raising off to try to narrow down what is a wide opening button range. And also we don't want to just be calling and allowing the big blind into the pot and then almost playing piggy not piggy in the middle, sorry, but being out of position to two players. But then as a result of that, we need to be having a very strong range to be putting in more money out of position, because we want to avoid playing a big pot out of position with your marginal or weak hands, and get caught in a situation where we're overplaying our hand, playing a big pot out of position with a very weak holding. Next hand here, we open pocket queens under the gun, so strongest and tightest range on the table. We get 3-bet from the button, so even though it is the button, this is still going to be an extremely tight range from the button 3-betting, because they are 3-betting what is an extremely tight under the gun range. Queens, so folding's definitely easily out of the table. I'm also putting calling off the table as well. I don't like a flat here. We allow button to be way too wide, which just means that it's going to be very difficult post-flop to start to narrow down their range, to start to really isolate and see, okay, well, we think they've got here, start to eliminate hands off their range, because if we just flat here, pretty much a lot of things are still on the table. We can't say they can't have this, or we can't say they can't have that, and it just makes post-flop play very difficult, because they'll be uncapped, yada yada. So calling is definitely off the table. I reckon all-ins also off the table as well. So I reckon this is a very easy 3-bet to 20 here, still leaving about 2x pot behind. So still a lot of still a little bit of playability here. So board comes ace, 8, 7, 2 spades. We don't have a lot going on for us apart from our pair of queens. When they 3-bet, then call. I think they're weighted towards some pocket pairs here, so probably similar hand to us, like queens, jacks, 10s, 9s, maybe could have 8s, could have 7s. I don't think they have many strong ace-x here. Maybe potentially like a flatting with ace-queen, ace-jack, ace-queen, ace-jack suited, potentially at a small frequency here. I reckon a nice small sizing is the best way to go here. They call, stack to pot ratio at about 1-ish now. I could definitely see like a size down, like 1/10 pot. Just a small sizing, or we can just go check, take our showdown value. When they just call, we're still ranging them on like under pairs underneath the 8, or pocket pairs underneath the ace. We know they don't have aces, we know they don't have kings. An ace probably would have just jammed on the flop, most likely. Because they know that, okay, we're leaving about a pot size behind here. So I wouldn't be surprised if an ace would just jam, especially a strong ace, but they might be flatting with ace-king potentially here as well. They could have some ace-king suited. Probably ace-king suited would probably just jam, most likely. Ace-king off, maybe a flat. By the way, yeah, so they're not going to fold an ace. They're not going to fold anything, pretty much. It's either a jam or go with that 1/10 sizing, or a check. last time we said the 1/6, well, 1/10 sizing worked. It's probably the only way we're going to get value from hands that we're beating. So we'll go with that 1/10 sizing, try to get value from hands that we're beating. Now when they call again, we're still ranging them mostly on pocket pairs, jacks, or queen. We can have some queens in there as well. We're ranging them on like pocket pairs, queens through to nines. Could have a set potentially that they're slow playing. Could still have, like ace queen, ace jack potentially. I kind of prefer a check here. I understand, with SPRs less than 1, we should be okay with going all in here. But I do just prefer a check here. Hope for a check back. We get a check back. They got pocket kings. So pre-flop play, they're saying should be a call of the 7.5 bigs. See, I don't like that purely because it just keeps the button range a little bit too wide, in my opinion. The flat from kings seems a little bit interesting. They're saying fold 40. That's incorrect. That has to be a lie. There's no way you're going to be folding kings there ever. So yeah, we go 1/4 sizing. Good decision in my opinion. And then yeah, okay. So they're saying just on the turn shove when you've got just above pot behind, or just above pot. Yeah, that makes sense to me. SPR. Just above 1, pretty standard to just go all in with your pocket pairs there and be happy to stack off. So that makes sense to me. And then yeah, I understand. Just go all in when SPR is now less than 1 essentially. Yeah. So I can understand that. It's just one of those hands where it's a little bit disappointing. I wouldn't even be surprised if I'm just kind of letting go. In real poker, just kind of go like, well, there's an ace there. Well. Moving on to the next hand, under the gun +1 opens when under the gun +2 with Jack 10 offsuit, standard fold, playing a 3-bet or fold strategy from there. Next hand, low jack opens, once again 3-bet or fold strategy, and Jack 7 suited does not fall within that 3-bet strategy. Just a little bit too wide. Yes, they are suited, but just too disconnected. And a lot of outkick situations, and just not a whole lot of equity, because our hearts could also even be covered as well. Next hand, we got an offsuit ace facing a button open in the small blind. This is going to be a standard fold. Just not a very polarized hand, not a lot of playability, and we're going to be out of position. Worst case, best case, out of position heads up. Worst case, big blind comes along as well, and we're out of position 2 players. Open from the hijack when the small blind with Jack 3. I believe from the hijack, once again, this is going to be we're going to have some calls in here, I believe, because it's a little bit of a earlier position in comparison to the button. So yeah, we do have some calls in here. So it's not a pure 3-bet or fold strategy, but still a very tight range that we're going to have here, because we're going to be playing out of position, and we want to avoid and we don't want to just be calling, because we're going to allow the big blind to come in behind a lot of situations, but we also want to make sure that we are not putting in more money out of position unless we have some strong holdings. Next hand here, small blind limps, we're in the big blind with Queen 8 offsuit. I think this is a very standard just check. No need to put any more money in this situation. Board comes 8-5 deuce. Very dry, static, disconnected board. We have a top pair, very good kicker. So I like a good, just about, more go for a half pot, but 1.5 works as well. They call. Not a lot of draws for them to have. They could have 6-7 open ender potentially. They could have some 5x. Could also have some weaker ace 8x as well here. So I like once again another bet. I wouldn't like a pot size. Small sizing, no. Maybe this like 75% sizing. And they fold. So what would they prefer? So they prefer a check. I guess try to get them to bluff on the river potentially. Could be the play there. So they check. So check back. We get now top and second. So just allow them to bluff off. So it kind of encourage them to bluff. And then we probably come down with a sledgehammer, in my opinion. go either a really big size, because we can just get... realistically, we can't get called... We're unlikely to get called by worse, but there's not a whole lot better than us. Is kind of the situation here. Like, what value could they be calling with here? Maybe a 10, potentially. Could have an 8. Could have some pocket pairs, potentially. But it's like... definitely raising, just don't know how much. That's probably a no. Kind of like just a big overbet, in my opinion. Try to see if we can get called. Okay, so I prefer just a little bit of a raise. That's fair enough. I prefer just going for try to get some max value from non-believers, essentially. 6, nothing really gets there. And, evidently we did give them the rope to bluff with the given hand that they had on this occasion. Moving on to the next hand, hijack opens, wearing the big blind with jack 2 deuce of clubs. This is just going to be a standard fold to finish off. So 10 hands, 16 moves, GTO score of 86, with the inaccuracy moves coming from just getting wrong sizing with the queen 8, and then what was it? And then poor sizing as well, and just not jamming with the queens that we should have done, which, I will agree with pretty much. So beauty, hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something. Enjoy yourselves, have a good one, and always play well.